Brighton and Hove Albion vs Burnley preview. Roberto De Zerbi's guys bounced back from a 3-2 defeat to 10-man Chelsea at the weekend with a hard-fought 2-1 win over Brentford during midweek at home. Brighton fell behind through Bryan Mbeumo's penalty in the 27th minute, but Pascal Gross shortly equalised the score 4 minutes later with a effective shot into the backside corner of the goal. Continuing to press, the hosts in the end obtained their triumphing intention in the 52nd minute thanks to 18-year-old player, Jack Hinselwood, with a header after receiving Gross' cross. Now, Brighton will be searching for their second straight win for the first time due to the fact September when they host Burnley, who go into this healthy on the return of a 1-0 defeat to Wolves. In fact, after the 5-0 win over Sheffield, which was once the biggest win in Premier League history, it is hoped that Vincent Kompany's troops will eventually locate their momentum. The defeat was their 2D in their remaining 9 games in all competitions, leaving them 2D backside of the table with 7 factors from 15 games. Head-to-head Brighton and Hove Albion vs Burnley. Brighton and Burnley have an interesting head-to-head record, with Burnley triumphing their last meeting in February 2022 with a rating of 3-0. Nonetheless, Brighton have been strong at the Amex, where they have scored and conceded a goal in their closing 19 Premier League games. Burnley themselves are struggling on the road, with 5 consecutive defeats in a range of tournaments. However, they're just 2 points away from the relegation zone, and a loss to Brighton ought to see them sink further. Brighton vs Burnley last meeting, February 19, 22, Brighton vs Burnley 0-3 August 14, 21, Burnley vs Brighton 1-2 the 2nd of June 21, Burnley vs Brighton 1-1 the 11th of July 20, Brighton vs Burnley 0-0 July 26, 20, Burnley vs Brighton 1-2. Results of Brighton's last 5 matches. The 12th of July 23, Brighton vs Brentford 2-1. The 12th of March 23, Chelsea vs Brighton 3-2. The 1st of December 23, AEK Athens vs Brighton 0-1. November 25, 23, Nottingham vs Brighton 2-3. The 11th of December 23, Brighton vs Sheffield United 1-1. Burnley last 5 match results. The 12th of June 23, Wolves vs Burnley 1-0. The 12th of February 23, Burnley vs Sheffield United 5-0. November 25, 23, Burnley vs West Ham 1-2. The 11th of November 23, Arsenal vs Burnley 3-1. The 11th of April 23, Burnley vs Crystal Palace 0-2. Brighton 4-2-3-1, Jason Steele, Pascal Gross, Jan-Paul Van Heck, Igor Julio, Jack Hinchelwood, Billy Gimmer, Carlos Balava, Kaoru Mitoma, Facundo Buonanotte, Simon Adingra, Joao Pedro. Burnley 4-3-3, James Trafford, Vitinho, Dara O'Shea, Halmar Ekdal, Charlie Taylor, Jacob Broom-Larsen, Sander Berger, Josh Brownhill, Nathan Redmond, Jay Rodriguez, Zeki Amdouni. Brighton and Hove Albion vs Burnley prediction. While they are nonetheless guilty of giving away a goal or two, especially with so many gamers out through injury, Brighton's firepower overcome any protecting weaknesses they ride towards lower-placed opponents. Keeping an easy sheet isn't always not possible for De Zerbi's aspect either, considering Burnley have not carried out properly on the street all season, and will probably go home empty-handed from the Amex.